Down the gun, Hassan. Security Chief Marcel's scream echoed through the presidential palace. Traoré's most trusted bodyguard Hassan Ouedraogo stood with his pistol aimed, finger on the trigger. "I'm sorry, President," he said trembling, "but I received $50,000. For my family." Traoré stood calmly, his eyes fixed on his guard. "Hassan, you've been with me for 3 years. I paid for your daughter's surgery costs."
Why?
"Because." Hassan's hand was shaking. "Because they kidnapped my wife. If I don't kill you, I'll never see her again." At that moment, Traoré realized this wasn't just an assassination attempt, it was part of a much larger game. The roots of this terrifying moment went back 3 days. Hassan Ouedraogo, 32 years old, was one of Burkina Faso's special security unit's most experienced agents. 3 years ago, he had become Ibrahim Traoré's personal bodyguard, living like the president's shadow ever since. Hassan's story was a typical African tale. He had migrated from village to city, received military training, and started working in the security sector. He lived a modest life with his wife Fatima, doing everything they could for their 8-year-old daughter Aisha's education. The relationship between Traoré and Hassan was much deeper than an ordinary protector-protected relationship. Traoré knew Hassan's family, stood by him during difficult times, and had paid for little Aisha's medical treatment costs. Hassan also tried to be worthy of this trust, considering protecting the president as his life's mission. Setting the trap. 3 days ago, Hassan had returned home at his usual time. Their 2-story house in the outskirts of Ouagadougou was the home where he lived happily with his family. When he opened the door, he saw 2 foreign men in the living room. White-skinned, expensive suits, cold stares. His wife Fatima sat in the corner in fear, while their daughter Aisha had fled upstairs. "Hassan Ouedraogo," said one of the men with an English accent. "We need to talk with you." "Who are you? What are you doing in my house?" The second man stood up. "Sit down, Hassan. We're going to have a long conversation." Hassan complied to ensure no harm came to his wife and daughter. "What do you want?" "Simple," said the first man. "We want you to kill Ibrahim Traoré." Hassan was shocked. "What? Are you crazy? He's my president. And you're his bodyguard. You're in the perfect position." "Never. This is impossible." The man smiled. "Hassan, you don't have a choice." He pulled out a photograph from his pocket. A photo of Fatima leaving the hospital where she worked. "Your wife leaves the hospital every day at 5:30 p.m. and comes home. On Thursdays, she picks up your daughter from school. On Saturdays, she goes to the market." Hassan's blood ran cold. "Don't touch them." "We won't touch them. If you cooperate." The lure of money. The second man placed a bag on the table. It was full of dollars. $50,000, he said. "Another $50,000 after you kill Traoré." When Hassan saw the money, his head spun. With this money, he could pay for his daughter's university expenses, buy his wife a beautiful house, live a comfortable life with his family. "Think, Hassan," said the first man. "Because of Traoré's policies, the country is being dragged into chaos. He's feuding with the French, the economy is collapsing, people are starving. By killing him, you'll actually be serving your country." "No," Hassan said determinedly. "He's a good leader. He's leading the country to independence." "Independence?" The man laughed. "What he's doing is suicide. You can't fight the great powers. In the end, you'll all be destroyed." Fatima intervened. "Hassan, please don't do it. This is dirty money." The first man turned to Fatima. How much does your daughter's leukemia treatment cost?" Hassan jumped up. "Don't talk about my daughter." "Calm down. We're just discussing facts. Aisha's treatment costs $30,000 per year. Traoré is helping now. But what about tomorrow? When the economy gets worse, he'll forget you too." These words fueled Hassan's fears. Indeed, his daughter's treatment was very expensive, and constantly having to be grateful to Traoré made him uncomfortable. Escalating threats. The second night, when Hassan returned home from work, he couldn't find Fatima. His daughter Aisha was alone at home. "Dad, Mom said there was an emergency call to the hospital, so she left." Hassan called the hospital where Fatima worked. "Fatima didn't come today," they said. He panicked. He called her cell phone, it was off. Just then, the door knocked. There was a courier at the door. Package for Hassan Ouedraogo. Inside was Fatima's wristwatch and a note. "Your wife is safe. If you don't kill Traoré tomorrow, You'll never see her again. You have 24 hours. Hassan went crazy. He was about to go to the police but then thought, he didn't know who these men were. If he told someone else, they might harm Fatima. Struggling with conscience. That night Hassan couldn't sleep. On one side was his wife, on the other side was the president. He would lose one of them. Aisha came to his side. Dad, where is Mom? Don't worry, my daughter. She'll be back soon. Dad, you look sad. Is something wrong? Hassan looked at his daughter. Her innocent face, curious eyes. He could do anything for this child. No, my dear. I'm just tired. But inside he was thinking, if I kill Traoré, I'll become a murderer. If I don't kill him, I'll lose my wife. He struggled with this dilemma until morning. Assassination day. The next morning, Hassan went to work as normal. He continued to ensure Traoré's security. But his heart was breaking. The president was normal with him. Hassan, how are you today? I'm fine, President. How is your wife? Is Aisha's school going well? These questions made Hassan even more upset. Traoré genuinely cared about his family. At noon, his phone rang. Time is coming, Hassan. Shoot him during the afternoon meeting. I can't do this, he whispered. Then prepare to attend your wife's funeral. The critical moment. In the afternoon, Traoré was entering an important meeting. Hassan was by his side as always. There were only 3 people in the meeting room. Traoré, Security Chief Marcel, and Hassan. Hassan's hand trembled on his gun. In his head was his wife's voice, Hassan, don't do this. Dirty money. But then he thought, he might never see Fatima again. Hassan, you're very distracted today, said Traoré. Is there a problem? At that moment, Hassan couldn't take it anymore. He drew his gun, aimed it at Traoré. Put down the gun, Hassan. Marcel shouted. I'm sorry, President, Hassan said trembling. But I received $50,000. For my family. Traoré stood calmly. Hassan, you've been with me for 3 years. I paid for your daughter's surgery costs. Why? Because they kidnapped my wife. If I don't kill you, I'll never see her again. Revealing the larger game. Traoré understood. Hassan, who are the people using you? I don't know. They spoke with foreign accents. What did they look like? White-skinned, expensive clothes. Traoré looked at Marcel. CIA agents. Yes, President. Their activities have increased recently. Traoré turned to Hassan. Hassan, look at me. Was your wife really kidnapped? Yes. She's been missing since yesterday evening. What if I told you she was at the hospital at 2 p.m. today? Hassan was shocked. What do you mean? Traoré opened his phone, showed a video. Fatima was working at the hospital. How is this possible? Because Fatima was never kidnapped. They just manipulated you. Revealing the truth. Marcel explained the situation. Hassan, yesterday evening your wife really went to the hospital for an emergency call. There was a patient. Her phone was on silent mode, she doesn't know about this. But the note? The wristwatch? Fake. To deceive you. Hassan collapsed to the ground. So, Fatima is safe. Yes. And she's currently worried about you. Hassan started crying. How could I be so stupid? Traoré came to his side, touched his shoulder. Hassan, you're not stupid. You're just a father who loves his family. They used that. President, will you forgive me? Hassan, you didn't shoot me. You even told me the truth. That takes courage. The revenge plan. What do we do now? Asked Marcel. Traoré thought. Hassan, they're expecting news from you, aren't they? Yes. I need to call them tonight. Perfect. You'll tell them you killed me. Hassan was shocked. What? We're going to trap them. You'll pretend I'm dead. They'll come to give you the money. Then we'll catch them. This plan made sense to Hassan. Okay, President. What do I need to do? Setting the trap. That evening, Hassan called the agents. The president is dead. Job done. Are you sure? Yes. I shot him during the meeting. Marcel saw it too. We're pleased. Let's meet tomorrow evening to give you the money. The next day, Hassan went to the designated place. It was an old factory building. 2 agents had brought the money. "You did good work, Hassan," said the first agent. "Here's the rest of your money." Just as they were giving him the money, security forces surrounded them. "Hands up! Police!" The agents tried to escape but couldn't. Interrogations. When the 2 agents were interrogated, the CIA connection was revealed. They had received orders from Washington to kill Traoré. "Why Traoré?" asked the interrogator. "Too dangerous. He feuded with France, got close to Russia. He needed to be stopped." This information created an international scandal. Hassan's forgiveness. Traoré called Hassan to his side again. "Hassan, you're a real brave man. You fought for your family, then told the truth. President, I pointed a gun at you. But you didn't pull the trigger. And you told the truth. That's important. So now what? Now you're my bodyguard again. But this time you'll be more careful." Hassan with tears in his eyes. "President, I don't know how to thank you. By protecting me. That's enough." The end. 3 months later, Hassan stood by Traoré's side. This time there was no doubt. He had protected his family and also protected his president. Fatima came to his side. "Hassan, you're a very brave man." "No, Fatima. I'm just someone who loves his family and his homeland." Traoré was watching them. "Hassan," he said, "sometimes the greatest tests come through the closest people." "What do you mean, President?" "They tried to separate you from your family, but you protected both." Hassan smiled. "Because both are valuable to me." And so, an assassination attempt turned into the strongest friendship. Because the real test is the choices made in difficult times.